A lot going on in the world of recruiting this week, and we're following it, including the number one running back, A.K. Deer. Is he going to flip from Ole Miss and he's going to come to Alabama? We're hearing that. How about the toughest places to play in the new EA Sports game? We got that list. And how about some big-time commitments that are going to be made this week? And is Bama going to be able to slide in on some of those? Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort. And let's get this party started. Here's your invitation to the best party on the internet. Roll Tide. There he is, big sexy Elmo, the most popular guy covering Alabama. You know him, and I'm broadcaster Mick. Just a guy hanging out, Mick Gillespie and Brett Elmore, and we got a lot to talk about, man. What's up?
Hey, man. Oh, man, another beautiful day. It's nice and cool on the inside. On the outside, though, I will take a live look, really. On the outside, it's a wee bit hot. It's a wee bit hot on the outside, a little steamy. Are
you in the desert right now?
I'm in the desert right now. Whenever I walk outside, it feels like I'm in the Amazon, and it's really, really, really hot.
Can you imagine being there where like all it is sand and camels?
I wouldn't like it.
No,
I mean, I seriously would not like it. So let's go back. Let's take a back indoors here.
All right, look at this. We've been covering this guy, A.K. Deer, Quitman, Mississippi running back, number one running back in the country, according to some publications in the gang at On Three. Andrew Bone, Tim Watts. They're saying that this guy's going to flip to Alabama.
Yeah, I think they have him at number 2. And, yeah, we have been talking about this guy for quite some time and kind of been debating on, can we flip this guy from the clutches of Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss and, Feinbaum. I was reading some headlines on AL.com, said it's about time for Lane Kiffin to put up or shut up. I mean, he's been hard at the recruiting trail, but man, you talk about a big get. Alabama. If Alabama flips this guy, I mean, he's been a hardcore Ole Miss for seems like quite some time. 6'1", 200-pound running back from Quitman High School over in Mississippi. We talked about what he did last year. He rushed for over 2,000 yards and 27 touchdowns. He also threw for 3 touchdowns. So did a little bit of everything on the offensive side of the ball. He's a very, very stout. You look at his film and everything. He's one of those north-south runners that he'll flat out run you over, and that's what I like to see. Very physical. So we flipped this guy at bad. That's a big get.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He's committed to Ole Miss, but all of a sudden now, look for him to come to Alabama. Difference maker. You talked about it, just an old school Alabama style running back. Obviously, his visit to Tuscaloosa, parents getting a chance, family getting to meet Kalen DeBoer, see that Alabama program, and also the positive vibes that are there. We can talk about Lane Kiffin as a coach, but when you talk about Lane Kiffin as a person, there's very mixed reviews, right? That's not the case with Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer has lived on a solid reputation of being a great guy, and he's connecting with families. He's come to Tuscaloosa on a mission to win. These are the type of players that are going to help him get there. So a consensus 4-star. Don't be surprised if this guy doesn't end up as a 5-star. Could be making that switch to Alabama. Now, there's some other guys, Brett, that are going to decide this week. And this is just one guy, but it's going to be one of those busy weeks. And there's a lot of players that have made that trip to Tuscaloosa. And now all of a sudden they feel really good about Alabama, the program. They've connected with Kalen DeBoer, And it's still Alabama. I mean, look, you show up and it's like, hey, man, here, want to touch the national championship? You want to see the rings? Guys, what's it like playing here? What's it like running out on the field? What are the expectations like? How do you get treated here? What's the setup with the food? All of those things. You want your brand to go up? Yeah, this is the place to do it.
Yeah, and Josiah Sharma from Folsom High School out in Folsom, California, 6'5", 295-pound defensive lineman, is set to announce on Friday. Alabama's on that list, I think he took a visit this past weekend. He was a part of that crew that came through. He's visited Oregon. He's visited Texas. He's been offered by Florida and Auburn and several others, but he is a mammoth, big time two-way lineman. He I was reading up on him, and it caught me. It's funny because I had to do a double take. He played his entire junior year as a 15-year-old.
Wow.
And he was at this camp in Vegas. He measured in 6'4.5", 292, with a 79-inch wingspan.
Jeez.
And I mean, this is a big dude. Just put him on the line and let him go after you. This is the kind of guy you like to see. And hopefully Friday he'll put on that crimson cap.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would absolutely be awesome. Just amazing. All right, let's talk about the switch from recruiting to toughest places to play. Toughest places to play according to the new video game, because these are the guys, they want to come to Alabama and play, but Alabama's a tough place to play. But let's talk about the list, Brett.
Let's throw it up there. And according to EA Sports, top 10 toughest places to play. Number 1, Kyle Field, Texas A&M, home of the 12th man, right?
Yeah.
You think that's the toughest place to play in the country?
Well, it was for us. I mean, the Jimbo Fisher rivalry with Nick Saban was real, and I thought that's where Jalen Milroe really stepped out and showed his moxie. In that game, I think he was injured. He couldn't run, and he stayed in the pocket. It looked like Alabama was going to get blown out, and they found a way to win that football game. It's one of the biggest wins last year. It's so loud, but I think it's a tough place to play. I don't know that it's the toughest place to play, though.
I don't know if it's the toughest place, but Bryant-Denny Stadium was second on the list, followed by Tiger Stadium in LSU, Ohio State, then Georgia, then Penn State, and then this is what intrigued me a little bit, Camp Randall, where we're going to have to go this year, early in the season, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would say on my list, I don't know. I haven't been to Ohio State, but wow. LSU seems to be, to me, the toughest place. And then I would say kind of going backwards from there. But, I mean, this is I've been to most of these places, and I can't wait to see Alabama play at Camp Randall Stadium. I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun, too. And I've always wanted to go to Penn State for a game. But, I mean, look, all of these are hostile environments, right?
Yeah, I was talking to a friend last night, and he was he's one of those Auburn goobs, and but anyway, he was like, "Yeah, you going to Wisconsin for the game?" And I said, "Nah, probably not." I said, I said, but it would be a cool place to visit. He was like, "Well, if I was you, an Alabama fan, that'd be a great place to go." But anyway, he went to Beaver Stadium when Auburn visited during the whiteout at night. He said it was just a great atmosphere. One that he'll never forget.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'd like to see that.
If you could pick a place to go watch a game, the place I would pick isn't even on here. Where would you pick?
To go see a game, an
Alabama game.
Alabama game.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Notre Dame.
Me too. That's exactly what I think too. I
Really?
want to go. Yeah, I'd like to go to Notre Dame. I wanted to go to the Rose Bowl. We got a chance to do that. a couple of times under Saban, but playing at Notre Dame would be awesome. You know, it's just been a place I've always been intrigued by, and I would love to go there.
I would love to go there. Are we scheduled with them still later on down the road? Or
I don't know.
I can't remember. You know, we scheduled so far ahead. It seemed like don't quote me on that. But anyway, I'm probably thinking of someone else. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to Notre Dame. So if Bama goes to Notre Dame one day, guess what? We'll just hitch up and go.
Yeah.
How about this, Mick? We'll go on a road trip. We won't even fly. We'll road trip it.
That'd be so much fun. Are you excited about the new video game?
I am. Yeah. When's it come out? It's like
July,
soon, right?
Yeah, July. So I'll get it. I know I'll get it for the Xbox. I mean, you got to, right?
Oh, yeah. So do I need to buy some headsets and everything where I can play with you online?
I buy them too. If you buy them, I'll buy them.
Okay. All right.
That would be so fun. I've never done that.
Yeah, it would be so fun. We've been talking so much trash. Like I say, we need a league. And we'll all lose our jobs because we'll be up until 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. And I'm like, just one more game, guys. Just one more game. And, you know, it's like, Brett, you got to be up in 2 hours to do a morning show. It's okay. It's okay.
Let's do it. Let's play one more.
Man. Let's do it.
Oh, man, that's so funny. All right, guys, let me tell you this first. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort before we throw it over to Brett and let us know what's going on today. Over in Philadelphia, Mississippi, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course is the Augusta you can play. And right now, if you go to the Timeout Sports Lounge, which is the Vegas-style sports book that is legal now, and I'm not telling you to bet your house. I'm just saying for a good time, you know, maybe a weekend with your buddies, maybe you just want to get away. Pearl River is the best place to do it because it's so close and it's also a fun time, right? And it's affordable, right? So you spend $50 betting in the sports book. You can play Dancing Rabbit for $40. It really is a fantastic golf course. They've got a water park over there. You got the spa. You got musical acts, including Boys to Men, Big and Rich. Brett and I plan on being down there, Big Sexy and me, to watch the concerts July 5th and 6th. And we hope to see you guys there as well. But find out for yourself, Golden Moon Casino and Silver Star, and we appreciate them for being a part of this. And then the last thing is that as you pimp out your man cave, do not forget that you guys get this discount for hanging out with us, 25% off your orders, talking about the classics like Rocky Block, which I see behind Brett's head. The Legacy Continues, I think, is back there. I see, or maybe that's the 92 print with Gene Stallings, but I see the 2009 print with Alabama beating Texas in that Rose Bowl up there. Although it wasn't really technically the Rose Bowl, but it was at the Rose Bowl, it was the national championship game. But take advantage of this at newlifeart.com. Promo code Bama Tailgate. You get 25% off the classics there. Or really whatever. I mean, anything but new releases. All right, that does it for this part of the show, Brett. But when we come back, you take over. And I'm along for the ride. Is that cool with you?
That's cool with me.
Is that cool with you guys? All right, roll time.
They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
All right. It is the 26th day of June, 2024. This month is winding down, Mick. It's winding down, my friend.
Yeah, get ready to pay your mortgages.
That's right.
Your rent.
Yeah, it's all coming up. Everyone avoid the highways and byways on the first of the month. It gets crazy, especially here in Walker County. You know, everybody's getting their checks, you know, and everybody's getting their checks, and they got to go to the grocery store and all that good stuff. And I'm like, you know, gee whiz. All right. Chris Isaac, singer Wicked Game, 68 today.
Great song, man. I might play that. Do you need to play that on your show as the Jukebox from Hell song? See if Patsy will play that one, because that's a great song.
That is a great tune. Great song. That's not a Jukebox from Hell song. That is just a great song.
Is that are they a one-hit wonder, or did he have more than
Chris
one
Isaac?
hit? Yeah.
And I think Wicked Game was probably a one hit. He may have had another one. I can't remember, but that's probably that's his best known. Former Major League Baseball player Derek Jeter is 50.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm looking. Somebody's Crying is another song he did. Only the Lonely.
Yeah, he did a version.
He's got some songs. He's got some songs. Okay.
Yeah, Only the Lonely. Yeah, I remember that one.
Only the Lonely. All right. You said Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
So my nephew went to one Yankees game, and it was the game that Derek Jeter got his 3,000th hit. Isn't that crazy? Like you go to one Yankee game at Yankee Stadium, and it's the time that Derek Jeter gets the record. Well, not the record, but he gets that 3,000th hit. And it was a home run. It was electric there. He said, they brought me back a T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Brought you back a T-shirt.
Yeah, I got a Derek Jeter. I mean, I'm not a Yankees fan at all, but I like Derek Jeter. Did it the right way.
Chris O'Donnell, the actor, is 54. He was in Batman Forever. And,
yeah, good one. Good one.
I've
asked you this before, though, buddy. Your 3 top superheroes. Who's number 1? Just give me number 1, because this is an easy answer.
My favorite superhero is Batman.
That's wrong. It's supposed to be Iron Man. All right, let's move to the next thing, because you obviously.
I'm obviously just not on the same level.
Morton Downey Jr. It is. Now, if Iron Man was somebody else, I don't know, but I love that character.
Former football player Michael Vick is 44 today.
The crazy thing is, the guy went to prison for dog fighting, and I know that it was terrible. But when you start looking at other people, they did less time for killing people. Which to me was always kind of like, what are we doing here? I mean, I know the guy that he says it, he deserved to be punished and what he was doing was wrong. And I'm not advocating that what he did was right. I just don't know how he goes to jail and loses more than people that kill other people. I mean, then again, a lot of you are going to go, Mick, it's because animals are better than people.
Right.
And maybe that's why.
Maybe that is why, and totally unrelated. But if you refer to your dog or cat as a fur baby, we're not friends. I mean, I cannot stand that when people say, "My precious fur baby." It's your dog, cat, whatever.
Have you ever met my fur baby?
Yeah, yes, I've met your fur baby. That thing is far, far from a fur baby.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
He thinks he's a fur baby.
Yeah, and I went to my friend's house last night, and the dog stepped on my foot, and I looked. That dog had a paw. I swear it was the size of my hand. I was like, "Good grief! You almost cut my foot off."
Yeah.
The animal lovers are just going to hate me today.
Yeah. Well, we're both of us. So I took up for Michael Vick a little bit.
Yeah, you did. And someone we will be seeing next weekend is celebrating a birthday. It's Gretchen Wilson's birthday. She's 51.
Yeah, there you go. And she'll be with Big and Rich Saturday at Pearl River Resort. Get your tickets.
That's right. That's right. If you're looking for something to celebrate today is Canoe Day.
I had we had a boat at my grandparents'. They had a pond and they had a little rowboat. Canoes, I did the canoes in Boy Scouts. I don't like canoes as much. They tip over. They're and you're in there, and the last thing you want when you're on a boat is to tip over. Just the whole concept of canoe to me is just not what I want to do.
Right. No, that thing will easily tip over, and it's not good, especially with someone with me in
it. Why are you saying that?
It's just I can just tell it wouldn't be a very fun experience.
Where would you sit in the canoe?
I don't know. Just wherever I could go, get wherever y'all want me.
Sit. If you wanted it to do a wheelie, sit in the back.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. We'll go canoeing one day, and I'll get in the back, and the canoe will be like this. We'll be going down the
I'm just messing with you, man. I saw a big guy sit in the back of a boat, like a fishing boat one time, and sink it.
Yeah,
with a motor. I swear, Darren Hedrick, the voice of Kentucky, his dad Daryl, I had to swim out and try to save him. It was hilarious.
Today is National Barcode Day.
I mean, you got to throw everything on it. It's got its own day.
Yeah, I mean, today's National Barcode Day. Don't go. Listen, I know the first month coming. But don't you go to Walmart and swap them barcodes and try to get them ribeye steaks for the price of ground beef. You don't do that at Foodland and Piggly Wiggly. They'll catch your ass and you'll go to jail.
You're so stupid.
Today is
people just laugh, people. It's just pretty funny.
Today's National Chocolate Pudding Day.
Oh, you wanted just a Bill Cosby. You want to try my chocolate pudding? This is so good.
This is so good.
And I put the spoon in the pudding, and I dip the spoon down there, and then I scoop it up, and then I take a little taste of my pudding, and I'm like, this pudding's delicious.
Here, wash it down with a little of my drink here.
You're on a roll.
And today is also Tropical Cocktails Day.
Oh, man. Look, now you're talking. Now you're talking. What's your favorite tropical cocktail? I like going and looking at the, like they have the menus now, and you can just like thumb down and you're like, you know what? I feel like today a Mai Tai, or, I feel like a Sex on the Beach, or I feel like, you know what I mean? Like a Blue Hawaiian, and then you try them and they're so sugary and you're like, man, it looked that when they put the good glasses in there and everything, they look amazing. But I'll tell you, the best one ever was at the Grand Hotel, and they had these like pineapple drinks. And they were so good. They were like, it was like a slushy. Yeah, it had to have Malibu in it, and so good.
Oh wow, it sounds good. I like a good margarita.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a tropical. Is that a tropical drink?
I would say it's tropical.
Okay. For those of you 21 and over, if you're not,
enjoy
Forget it.
This day in history, Colonel Tom Parker was born, and he died, of course, in 1997.
Yeah,
and if you don't know who Colonel Tom Parker was Elvis's manager.
Yeah, he built Elvis and then ripped Elvis off. And in that movie that came out with Tom Hanks, he played Colonel Parker, and you just get the idea that Elvis would have been international and would have made more money, and this guy was just like basically, a kind of abusing the relationship with Elvis, but he was such a trusting guy, and I've heard that everybody said that about Elvis.
And it's odd because at this day in 1977. Elvis made what turned out to be his final public appearance at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. He died 51 days later.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and we were, we didn't get to see Elvis, but sometimes like I'll have his channel come on, and I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, you know what, man, some of this stuff's pretty good still, and people still love Elvis. And our friend David Lee. He's one of the best Elvis tribute artists ever, and we had him on the show, and maybe we'll get him back on again. But the legacy of Elvis, man, it just continues to roll on because of guys like him. That's where you get to see him now.
Yeah. In 1993, in retaliation for an Iraqi plot to assassinate former President George Bush during his April visit to Kuwait, President Bill Clinton ordered U.S. warships to fire Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iraqi intelligence headquarters in downtown Baghdad. The attack destroyed the building and, according to Iraqi accounts, killed several civilians.
Yeah. Seems like there's always something going on. You do this, we're going to do that. If we could just work on getting along instead of work on fighting all the time, maybe in the next century we can figure out how to get along.
Maybe so. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this one. 1963, President John F. Kennedy visited West Berlin, where he was greeted by more than 1 million of the divided city's residents. In a speech, he made his famous declaration, Ich bin ein Berliner. He meant, I am a Berliner, but it translated literally as, I am a jelly donut.
Yeah. And you know what? If the guy comes over and he's talking to you in your language and calls himself a jelly donut, you're like, oh, I kind of like this guy. Now, who doesn't like jelly donuts?
Who doesn't like jelly donuts? I mean, he would be, if he would have got that big standing ovation, it'd been like, yeah. Then they say, you said jelly donut. Oh, okay, well, jelly donuts for everyone.
Yeah. Can you imagine how it would have gone over these days?
Yeah.
Depending on who said it, Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us, Brett. Tell them as we kick off this episode where everyone can find you at, my friend.
WJLX 1015.com is where you can find me, and on all major streaming apps.
All right. For Brett Elmore, I'm Mick Gillespie. Hey, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being part of our channel. I don't tell you that enough. Brett doesn't tell you that enough, but being here means a lot to us. Have a great day and roll Tide.